before you cancel me.
What are we talking about today?
I will
Fucking
I will cancel you before you cancel me.
Yo, welcome to the Circus Podcast.
You. Let me talk like you.
you.
Shit, this
Hey, it's
guy.
only us today, man.
Only us.
It's only us today, man.
Wait, is the video on?
Video's on.
Man.
We do this regularly. How regularly do we do this?
Do what?
Like talk.
Talk. Oh, all the time. All the time, whenever we come up with something good to talk about.
No, it's usually whenever I'm struggling with something or you're working through something.
Good place to be. I like it.
What have you been searching for
I
recently?
like my latest thing is, or I've been searching for a way to, I guess, conceptualize where I'm at in my life, like mentally though. So, you know you're waiting, like doing whatever it is you do every day, but what do I do next? I'm not really sure what's next, like what I want to do, like what's my next project. Most projects I've done, I'm kind of finished with. So,
Were they successful to you in your eyes?
Pardon?
Were they successful?
Yeah, everything's successful because I just finish it I just do it until it either works or it doesn't. So success is about doing the best you can for me, in getting something done. So yeah, that's all successful.
You know what's really weird? That's like it's a really shitty time to be in. I remember you like a few episodes ago saying another thing that's hard is like having a goal and then finally achieving it and then pondering on like what's the next thing.
Yeah, I agree because the process is the fun part. Figuring it out, doing the best you can. You got something to do today, tomorrow, the day after, because you know where you want to end up, and so you're working every day. And you know when you wake up, you got to do whatever the next thing is. Once you do that, then your daily routine about achieving that goal or process is finished. And so then it's like, well, what do I do now? So that's kind of where I'm at. Like I've achieved all the things that I've wanted to achieve, and now it's now it's like, well, what's next? What do I want to do next? And that's like it's hard. Lower my voice a little.
Yeah.
Talk straight into it.
You're Barry White. With the Barry White
anyway,
voice.
So anyway, what happened?
I wonder
there?
what type of women Barry White attracted. That's another story.
All of them.
All of them.
All of
He was
them.
like a chubby dude though. Like
He was. I don't think they cared. Like, have you heard his songs? Have you heard?
Chubby dudes that can sing are
Joel. I know what you're thinking, Donovan. Shit.
Oh, that wasn't me, bro.
Hey, Donovan's a singer. He needs to start coming
You sing?
out.
You sing? Can you?
We need to
Okay,
put some of his music out instead of like hiding.
Great
So
idea, KB.
what?
Great idea.
That is a great idea. Let's put
Great
some of that-
idea.
so if you haven't heard
You know
Donovan's
what's cool?
music,
I have.
What do you
You
mean
had some of
breathe,
his
I have
breathe?
something in my phone.
Don't tell me to breathe.
man,
I can't. Yo, bring me a shot.
man, we need to release that because
Bring me a shot.
I didn't
He
tell
hasn't
you.
signed the contract.
No, not only that,
Motherfucker hasn't signed.
somebody I know
Yeah.
just started a record label, and they were like, "Oh, we're looking for new talent, people." And I was like, "Oh, really?" I just may have heard somebody who.
You know, did I tell you I sent it to him?
No.
I didn't.
He randomly messaged me
But I sent it. You messaged
Yeah,
it?
because I was
Yeah, I was
talking
like,
about
he was like complaining about something. I said, "Why don't you just stick to music?"
yeah, like, I was like, what the hell?
He's like, "How do you know that?"
How do
And
you
I
know
was
how to
like,
sing?
I was like, man, like, I know you do music. You should
I
just
sent it to
do-"
Cho too. So I tried to send it to another person who's because I'm like, what? This can't be real.
Anyway, long story short, this guy's starting a studio.
yeah, let me go.
He's actually saying because he's apparently he's made his money, so he's wealthy, and he's like, I just started my own record label. I want to just give people opportunities who want to create
Cool,
music.
That's very cool. I regret I really regret not going back to South Sudan with when the family went a few months ago, because like I don't know, seeing a new place kind of always gives you like fresh eyes to where you are right now. We can get so stuck in like everyday stuff where you feel like there's no other world. There's no other ways of living or anything. So now I can't imagine like the people who, there's people who never leave where they grew up at or don't leave until like what?
It's too late to like really enjoy it.
Yeah, and well, by then they're so accustomed to that place, they want to go back. You know that syndrome, that small town syndrome. Where no matter you finally leave, you're so used to that one town, that one place, of going somewhere else, right? Yo, see, it was just on, and then it goes off. Yo, cause yeah, see now it's good, and then
Wait.
Is it when I
Now.
so you're number 2.
No, it just didn't work before. I was just watching myself.
Yeah, that's what I saw earlier, and I was
Yeah.
like, hold on, why did it cut?
Now it's working fine.
Now it's good. It should be good for now.
Yeah, but I agree with what you're saying. Is like basically, as you said, like you get used to something. Whereas when you travel, you see, like you can't comprehend instantly what this new environment is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I'm saying with this island. Like you're somewhere I've never seen, I've ever been, and it's just totally different.
Yeah.
And whether it's South Sudan or whether it's just, I mean, we're lucky in Australia, you can go so many places that are an hour away
Yeah, super close places that
that you've never,
Yeah.
they are nothing like the other places you've just been. Rainforests, islands, beaches, like freshwater stuff. So, like rivers and stuff you can swim in, massive dams,
There's a lot.
like just here. But yeah, I agree with you with what you're saying about South Sudan. That would have been epic.
But like, it's I don't know if you see this. This is the worst thing about Instagram. Obviously, you're watching everyone's highlights.
Yeah.
Instagram makes you feel like you're not doing shit. Like, how many of like friends and stuff I've seen like over the past year or two that are like, everyone's going to Europe. Love to go to Europe. Like everyone's going to Europe. It seems like everyone's going to Europe. There's really only 2 to 3 to 4 friends.
Yeah.
Maybe 5. And even if they're not friends, you feel like you're friends, so you follow each other.
Yeah.
Like you see everyone going to these places and like taking these cool pictures of views and stuff, and it makes you feel like you're it makes you feel like I'm behind. Like why haven't I? You know what I mean?
What did
Like,
they do to get there? Like, why? What am I doing in life?
yeah, no, I'm sure they had planned it and worked hard to or not or whatever. I'm sure they had planned it, but it seems like every time you see it, it's like, damn, I could be there. You know what I mean? Damn, I could be there in my little bikini and
You could.
and
That's what we're waiting for. Doing a podcast, you in a bikini,
yo, chill
like
out.
like going straight into Rome, like just walking through.
Go to Rome,
man, like
bungee
like,
smugglers,
yeah,
I'll go to
bungee smugglers, just
bungee
walking.
smugglers,
Man,
like-
you're a real Aussie now.
That's
You know what I
it.
mean? Let's go to
They
the
do
Greek,
that freely over there.
the Greek islands. You just fit right in.
Should have went with Paps over there.
You should have hit up Paps.
Fit right in.
Nah, but like it's really doable. Like if you're a backpacker and you want to save a little bit of money, there's no reason you can't do it. Depends on
I would like to do it the extreme way though.
like for free, like cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That seems like the most fun. Yo, going like backpacking in a different, like in Asia or something
Yeah.
with no money. Not no money, but like limited money where
No,
you
where you
have to
just-
figure it out.
You just intend on spending a limited amount.
You know what I mean? Like imagine how charismatic you had to be if you were in
Yeah.
a rural town,
Yep.
the rural bar,
Yep.
and you needed a bed to stay at.
You need to
How
be.
charismatic would you? You need a place.
You'd have to be as charismatic as you are.
No, I'm not charismatic.
Yes, you
anyway.
would. You would.
I'm not
You-
charismatic.
g'day.
But you would have to get I'd have to up my level.
G'day, where you from? From Australia.
G'day. Yeah, you look different. I'm like, yeah, mate.
You know, mate. Immigration.
Like,
Dutton-
they let us in.
Dutton let us in. He's not happy now, but
That would be awesome.
that would be awesome.
Give us some topics, man. What's been new in the news cycle? Recently,
Oh,
what's been the news cycle?
Russia is in a civil war at the moment. So
Is that true?
yeah, so it's one
I
of the
saw a little
Nah.
something, some guy, but then he
Then
backed
he
off.
backed out of
like
it.
a little bitch. Whoa!
I will cancel you
Fuck
before you
outta
cancel
here,
me.
bro. I saw that this morning. Nah,
I will
bro.
cancel you before you cancel me.
The smoke is, nah, bro, he's a little bitch. What's his name?
Oh, don't know.
Man, fuck out of here,
But
bro.
I seen it.
He stood up. He stood up. He stood up to Putin 2 days ago.
For 2 days.
And then, for 2 days. Yo, you're killing my people.
Now he's in Belarus.
Now it's like, I think we made the wrong decision.
I don't know what happened.
Huh?
Yeah, this morning.
Yeah, you haven't checked out there.
He pulled out.
He pulled out this morning or something, or like whatever.
What else in the news cycle? The Titanic thing.
Well, you saw the threat.
the-
Putin doesn't play with the threats. He's like, yo, Russia's going to take this to the full extent. Like, yo,
Yeah.
you guys this is treason. And, well, we
Yeah,
forget this is a
but
different
still,
country,
but
bro.
still,
This
I
is
mean, they were only 140 k's away from.
from Moscow. Right?
Yeah,
They
like,
weren't
like
far.
they didn't. They were close.
They were close. But what happens once you get there? There's blood going to be.
No, there definitely would have been. But the thing is now you've got Russians killing Russians.
Yeah.
And Russia's already unhappy with the fact that they're losing people in
They're losing
Ukraine.
so much
because they're like,
people,
why
yeah.
are we even doing this as the people? Well, that's what the media tells us, but who really knows?
But it's really sincere of him. He said, I don't want more of us
Who?
being killed. The guy who backed out,
Yeah.
which seems more sincere. So, you know what? I'm going to back up because thinking it through, more Russians are going to die. And that's what I'm fighting against.
Yeah, I just wanted to show you that people aren't unhappy.
Yeah.
And but again, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Like, who knows, man? Like, there's so much misinformation. It'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, it ends soon for those people.
Another thing in the news cycle I don't believe, there's some, I haven't even looked into it too much, some submarine thing.
Yeah.
Every time I see stuff like that, I'm
Yeah,
like,
with the 6 billion.
why is this specifically in our face?
Important.
Like, why are you guys shoving this in my face? Is it some billionaires decided to go in a submarine and go somewhere? Okay, cool.
I think the fact that it was so poorly made and that they were using a controller of Amazon, a $20 controller of Amazon to
Is there proof they even went in that thing?
But it was just, yeah, but who knows? Like, it was just good media. It was good media. That Titanic was attached to it.
Titanic,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
As soon as you hear
Like-
that
The bodies
Titanic, you're
weren't
gonna,
found,
it
was
was great for media.
Well, I mean, if it's what they say happened, like where it imploded, then there are no bodies.
what if they just
You know what I mean?
used
Like,
it as just to get off the face of the earth? They faked their deaths.
yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If that's what happened, hey,
'Cause
great for them. They
it's-
did great. Like, people believe
They
they're
were all
dead.
rich. They were all rich as hell, and then there was one father and son that was
No, they were the billionaires.
yeah.
Father and son
You
billionaires.
think it would be easy as a billionaire to disappear from the earth
No.
where people don't know?
No,
you're
well,
alive?
the thing is, I mean, that's a good theory. Like, why would you also go into something so cheap if you're a billionaire? Why wouldn't you design your own?
But billionaires have nothing to do. They just like, I
No,
just
but what
want
I'm
to do
saying
something.
is like you're a billionaire.
Design the
Why,
best stuff.
why wouldn't you pay for someone? You want to go see the Titanic?
Yeah.
Why would you pay $250,000 to go see it?
Isn't that a lot?
You're,
Isn't that a lot?
not if you're a billionaire.
But who's charging over $250?
No, you'd build your own. Like,
Okay. You're saying
you'd-
for them to build
for-
their
yeah,
own
for like-
super. Yeah.
but like for you,
like
for
a
you and your
couple
son.
mil. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's your son.
Yeah, true.
Oh, yeah, this thing looks really stable. I'm going to go in this thing with 5 other people. Like, it makes no sense. What I thought was interesting, though, the thing that I thought was cool as hell was they had a salvage expert. And he's like, man, we've done heaps of these things. Like, he goes, salvage, like rescuing.
Okay, yeah. Things underwater.
And he goes, when we go
specifically?
underwater and we do sonars, we hear noises where we have no idea where it came from. We don't know what the noise is. And we have no idea what's down there.
That's the ocean.
But
That's
but
terrifying.
Yeah, but we're hearing all this stuff
Yeah.
that shouldn't be down there, like noises,
Mm.
and we don't know where it's coming from or what it's from. And I was like, is everyone else listening to that?
But that's been happening the past. If you haven't noticed, the past year or so, the defense force or whatever is like, yo, we see unidentifiable objects and we don't really know what it is. Or hey, there's some guy like, yo, I just quit the CIA and there's documents of things we don't really know. That's been hot. It's like they're throwing hints.
Starting to just make it more.
It seems like, yeah, like to make it more.
We're happy to put it in the media.
Yeah. But people aren't. I feel like there's so much stimulus already.
Yeah, that's been.
If you
like,
tell, if you found out there was aliens,
I
like
think
really,
thought
really there was aliens, you'd be like, all right,
What would
cool.
you do? You'd be like,
Yeah, I still got my bills next week. like I still got.
so. Come help me.
Yeah,
Do we
like,
still have electricity?
yeah, I still have the normal regular stuff. Like there's already so much stimulus.
Yeah.
This is kind of nothing.
And you've seen it all on TV anyway. So, and now like with real fake, You know how they
Yeah, the real fake
the real
stuff.
fake stuff.
The
Like,
AI.
who knows
What? He asked the
here
question.
we go.
What would be real? Like, what would actually catch your attention from the news or from here, like word of mouth?
I don't watch news.
Okay, word of mouth. What would actually catch your attention to make you worried or to make, your antennas go up?
A new power source was
Antennas.
found.
Huh?
Like an unstable power source.
Nah, I don't reckon. No, because that means nothing. Like, because now even if they they clone people or whatever, like it's still 10 years away, 15 years away. They've been talking about cloning. Oh, they've cloned this, they've cloned that for 30, 40, 50 years. You know what I mean? Like you hear, so again, a power source, who knows when that's actually going to come into effect? Like we kind of heard that, hydro force, blah, 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 whatever.
So I'm saying we've heard everything.
We've heard
What
everything.
could you possibly hear today that could even just
I would say if the thing
white
that,
players have taken over the NBA?
yeah, I would say there's some athletic white people.
White people, yeah.
That would I say show me these people.
Well, we're not there yet. The white people who have taken the NBA. Are there any black players in the NBA anymore?
Not
The
many.
white players who have taken over the NBA aren't athletic.
They're just good at basketball.
And it's really embarrassing.
It should be embarrassing.
I will
embarrassing.
cancel
That's
you before you
embarrassing.
cancel.
I
I will cancel you before you cancel me.
The NBA finals just happened. I didn't watch it, like in terms of like
watch
every
it.
game.
Oh damn!
Did
Why?
you?
It's because LeBron
Nah,
didn't play.
Did you?
Is that why?
There's no
LeBron-
black players, man. Like
But it was pure basketball. It was
Pure?
it was the purest form.
What does that
Oh,
mean?
pure, this guy. Finally, we're back. Finally, we're back.
Finally,
to the way,
we're back.
to the way basketball should be
Boston
played.
Celtics.
Exactly.
Look at
Jerry West.
passing.
finally.
Look at that. Look at that textbook cut. Look at
Some people who can actually play instead of all this
finally
athleticism.
this dunking and hoopla.
Exactly.
It's all
Hoopla.
done.
It's hoopla. What a joke. This game's a joke.
Pure.
Pure.
What the fuck
I
is
like it,
pure?
Donnie.
You're
I
an
agree with you.
asshole.
I agree with
You're
you.
an
We're
idiot.
back to pure basketball.
We're back.
Finally.
What's it all
So-
about?
some
Being
smart,
more athletic,
some
some
smart basketball. High IQ basketball.
Beautiful.
What the fuck? Athleticism.
Who needs it?
You know they've been saying that, like,
What?
well, they've been saying like, wow, this is the first time in a couple of years where it's the team winning,
Yeah.
and not just the names. Whereas when you think of all the guys, all the previous championships, it's always been teams.
Always been teams.
Like
Champion.
the Warriors.
Toronto.
Think of the Warriors, the way they move the ball, how good they are.
Yeah.
Toronto, Kawhi hits a shot at the end of the game, but they were good teams.
It was a team. It wasn't like, but even the Warriors, like they had the big three, but you don't have those other guys
Yeah,
making plays and the selflessness and sharing it around.
like they don't win without Andrew Bogut.
They don't win it. Yeah, like or that other dude, the other white guy they had that stepped under Kawhi's ankle. What was his
Zaza.
name? Yeah.
Julia. Yeah, something.
Zaz or something.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just did the right things. Like,
The right things. But
Yeah.
step under people's ankles.
no, as a team.
But you mean like in
like
basketball?
he, he clogged the paint. He
Yeah.
showed hard.
Yeah, he did all that stuff.
Rebounded. Like, but that's a role. That's what team basketball is. Like, who's actually won it?
Oh, that has never been. Even when Miami won and stuff,
Pure. Just
it was still LeBron.
more athletic than
The,
everyone.
the only one I
Dwayne
would
Wade,
say
Eddie House,
the only
all
one
that.
I would say is and it's got an asterisk next to it is when the Lakers won in the bubble. Because now no one's
You're just a
training.
LeBron hater. Yeah, look
No,
at-
but
yeah,
no
look
one's
how it
training.
took
They're
2
in
minutes.
they're in the bubble.
Took 2 minutes.
What?
Bro, why is there an asterisk across LeBron winning in the bubble?
Because of all the limitations around that season. So
it's
the
still people competing.
So the team that won was the team with the most talent.
yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
But a lot of the NBA players were saying that they felt so much less pressure because they were in such. Because obviously, if you're in a big
all that
stadium,
makes sense.
the depth perception of the court and everything. That's
But-
why you had people like what's his name, TJ Warren, going off for 40 points consistently. Like-
Sure, it was just a different circumstance. But if you still
just
think
saying
that
it's a
the
different-
teams who made it to the Nuggets had made the conference finals that year, right?
Mm.
The Miami made the finals, so it's still good teams. Miami just made the finals.
Yeah,
as well. So it's still good
the
teams.
difference is that when you play 82 games over that period of time, and you're training all the time, and you're working on teamwork and continuity and those things, and you get to the finals, and it comes down to, man, like even the finals this series, it came down to a number of possessions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it came down to guys performing under a number of possessions. Now, if you don't have the practice behind you, and because you're in a bubble or whatever it is, it's the guys who have the ability that just show out. Right? You got Anthony Davis, LeBron. I don't even know who else is in that team.
Danny Green. Who was there?
Nah, they had someone else as well. Oh, was it Russ in that?
No,
Dennis Schroeder and all those guys.
Schroeder was there, yeah.
Russ was there at the time. No, Russ.
No, he wasn't there.
He's moved.
No, they had someone else too.
They
They had 3 guys.
You know, like top 3 main guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, LeBron, AD, and
I think it was just them two.
just LeBron and AD. Yeah. Just
Which
LeBron.
is again, like they're amazing. They're amazing basketballers. I'm just saying there's a difference between doing that.
It was that roster. It was the Avery Bradley, KCP, Alex Caruso, Anthony Davis, Danny Green.
You're talking about the team that
Dwight
won.
Howard, LeBron James.
We're talking about this year.
JaVale McGee, Rajon Rondo, J.R. Smith.
So what?
Yeah, JR, Rondo. But anyway, so
What-
now
what-
they're saying it's all pure basketball.
So what do you think about like the pureness of these new guys? What do you think of Jokic? What do you think about your white savior? You know what I mean?
Well, I think that he makes good decisions under pressure consistently. And big shots.
And he treats it like a job.
But
I only have one, and he does do that. I only have one thing that I don't like about it.
what?
He's been doing this. I don't know about at this level for the past 3 years, right? At this level.
Yeah.
But even when he got the MVP praise, it wasn't this praise this year. Like, he's been getting a different type of praise this year.
I think it's because they've been gassing
Why
him up
all
a
of a
lot.
sudden?
What do you mean? Like positive stuff?
Yeah. It's like they're finally noticing that he's been a triple-double threat for
I don't know,
how
man.
long?
Like I don't follow NBA really, but I do see DeMarcus Cousins saying, "Nah, this guy's not that guy." You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't deserve 3 MVPs. He's not that good.
I've seen people say he doesn't deserve 3 MVP.
I see that all the time. He's
Definitely.
not that good. He's not that good.
Yeah, I've
That's
seen
what
it.
I see. And then he's like, whatever. Like, I don't.
But then it just switched.
When?
Very recently, everyone's been giving him his flowers.
But is it about his responses
It's
to
because
winning?
it's because he didn't win that MVP this year. Like, I went to Joel Embiid, but he doesn't have a reaction to anything. It's just like, okay, cool.
Why do you guys like that? Yeah, that shit is so lame.
Because he,
No. What I'm
he's just there
saying
to do
is,
a
I
job.
don't
He's
know
there
what
to
the
play.
talk. I don't know where he's being talked up.
It's a lot of the analysts, the NBA analysts and stuff now.
Yeah, I think it's all of that
And
stuff.
now, because it's already been, it's like the follow the leader thing. Now that everyone's saying it.
Now that he's won a chip, it's just like, oh,
And
fine.
maybe it's the winning. Yeah, the winning.
like the same thing with
And how he
Athens.
won, man. Like, it wasn't like he just
It
came
looked
out
easy.
and had a couple of lucky buckets. He was unbelievable.
He did embarrass people, man.
No, not embarrass people. Why do you have to embarrass people? He just was unbelievable. Like assists, rebound, like 40 points, 20 assists, 15
But it's not the
rebounds.
conventional way. That's why it looked embarrassing. This fat
Man.
guy.
Lumbering around, looking like he's never
But
played
he's still
before.
playing 40 minutes. As a fat dude, he's playing as a fat dude playing 40 minutes.
I don't think he's fat if you looked at him in real life. If you saw him in real life, you wouldn't be like, that guy's fat. You'd be like, that guy's skinny as shit.
Did you hear one of the stories that Austin Rivers? He was telling a story that at half times of games, he would just go in the locker room, play games on his phone, not listen, and then just as soon as the halftime's done, all right, go back and play. And he would do that like every game. He just
That
didn't
may be
care.
true, but that's bullshit. Because if you're someone who's into the game like that,
But he's
don't
not.
take those stories and
But he's
like
not,
take them
though.
as your own.
Like
I
if you-
wouldn't
if
do
you,
that.
If you watch interviews and things and watch what he says, he does not give two shits about.
But
the
he
game.
does.
He does, but he doesn't. It's weird.
Imagine all to get that good. Imagine all the years of training from when he was a kid, and then once he became a pro, he
Yeah.
came a pro young,
No,
right?
but he's like super, this is the word, right? He's super serious about basketball. But that's not his first love. That's not necessarily his only passion.
It's horse racing.
Yeah, well, that's what they're saying. But whatever it is, like you can be super serious about your job and be really good at it and just kill it, and that's what I do. I go to work, I beat people, I do this. But that may not be like, your whole world, like your whole passion.
How did he do that, bro? He slipped the matrix in a.
Yeah, it's tough
How?
to do.
Because you see all these NBA players, even the guys who are retired, they put their value on on getting a
identity,
ring.
but their
whole
identity,
identity on
yeah.
getting a ring. Oh, Charles Barkley, you didn't win anything. Blah, 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 I'm better than you.
Yeah.
It's all about ego.
It's like,
and
okay,
then-
cool.
But there was also their identity where he's like, no, like just because I'm good at basketball doesn't make me, but like, this or that. But that's what the old school guys did as well. You know what I mean? Like,
Bob Cousy,
well, Russell and Will Chamberlain, they did other things. Like they just disappeared because you didn't have the media, didn't have all that stuff back then. Like you were those guys, and they want you back because of what you succeeded. Yeah. But they didn't like go, okay, how do I leverage this for the rest of my life as a basketballer? They're like, I'll just get on with my life. So it's just changed now that you got to be in the spotlight all the time.
Because you have to be in the spotlight all the time. I can't imagine what that is like. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like because that's your addiction. Like how many people actually just dip out and go, I was really good at basketball. Now I'm done. I'm going to do something else. I made my money. I'm just going to you don't hear about the guys who do that. Like what's Ginobili doing? What's Tim Duncan doing? What's Parker doing? You know what I mean? Like they don't need to be in the spotlight all the time. Like they were phenomenal.
Yeah, they did finish and just leave.
They just disappeared. Like
Tim Duncan got some dreads, coach for a bit, left.
but no
back.
one's talking about them anymore, and they're cool with that.
How do you know? Well, maybe they're not. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not.
It wouldn't be that hard to get back on TV if you're Tim Duncan, Ginobili, or any.
Yeah,
of those
it wouldn't be
guys.
hard. It wouldn't. It wouldn't be hard.
Man, because right now they're like, you look at the stats, like statistically the second best player of all time, Tim Duncan. You know what I mean? Like there's that thing that, because people have to manipulate all the stats to get whatever they want. You know what I mean? But like the guy could keep coming back. Like Scottie Pippen comes back all the time with some random ass comment.
Oh, let's bring the yo. I know you hate Scottie. Yo, Scottie is a hater. Yo, what do you? Yo, have you seen?
No, I know what he's doing.
Have you seen all this stuff?
I've seen a couple.
It's
things.
hilarious, bro. Yo, Michael wasn't even that good.
but then-
It's awesome.
But it's all just a show because
It's a
later,
show.
like Jordan's there, he comes
is.
up, they're still good.
Yeah.
Jordan doesn't like people like that. So Jordan knows that it's all about Scottie trying to just keep relevant.
Do you know any backstory about Jordan and Pippen?
Not really. What?
Oh, about his son.
Well, Jordan has a son. Pippen has a wife, ex-wife.
Yeah.
She's
Mid.
she's mid, but like to people that's classically beautiful. With the lips, the fake lips, everything's fake.
Okay.
But she looks for Instagram good.
Yeah.
For an older lady.
Yeah.
But I don't think it looks good. Michael Jordan's son
Yeah.
is dating her now.
Dating her now.
Yeah, dating.
But she was dating someone else, wasn't she?
She was dating a young. She's a grasshopper.
What's that mean?
I don't know. I just made that up. A grasshopper.
Let's make that famous.
He's a grasshopper.
Bior.
I don't even know. I don't think
Patent it.
I've never said that. She's a grasshopper.
No, but I heard that she was with someone else.
A young player.
Yeah.
And
That's
did
what she's
something.
into.
She was.
Oh,
That's
so
what she's into.
So she's with
She's
Jordan's son.
now with Jordan's son. Now, who do you think sent out that? Was it Michael? Do you think Michael Jordan is that crazy that he sent his son
To get Scottie's
to go
ex.
get Scottie's wife? Or do you think it's Or do you think it's
It's her.
Pippen
No, I reckon they
sending
close.
her to go get half the money
Nah,
to go get some of that money?
I reckon they're close. I reckon they've been around each other for so long. Everyone knows everyone.
That's some white shit.
That's some
That's
weird
some white shit.
though.
That's some white
Imagine,
shit.
Like, you
That's some
see
white
him,
shit, bro.
Because she would have seen this kid grow up, and then all of a sudden now
Now you're
they're dating.
dating. I
and
mean,
hooking up.
he's-
But you're at an event.
he's
you're
grown
You're
now.
at a Bulls event. You're at this. You're at that. You see people all the time. We miss all that. Like that's not in the news. What people
Yeah.
are doing day to day, we're gonna
Do
see.
you
any
think
of
it could
that.
be genuine where they got to form the bond and
But it's media. It's celebrity stuff. Like
might not even be true? Who cares?
how much of it's real? How much of it matters? How much of it's like a real relationship? Maybe they're both just trying to get some meat. I don't know, man. I don't know why you're into that. Like it's too,
God.
it's too
Can
big.
we pretend? Look at this. Look at this.
I will
Yeah, that's
cancel
what
you
get
before you
fat in
cancel
these
me.
people's worlds.
Yeah.
What about
It's cool to
bloody? You see Elon Musk agreed to fight Mark Zuckerberg in a cage match.
I saw that.
That's
Speaking of Elon, man, so I just listened to a podcast on that Zuckerberg was talking on, and he was talking about how he got into jiu-jitsu and boxing and stuff.
Who's that?
Mark Zuckerberg. So he just said he started doing it, but he was just the reasons he was doing it for were really cool. It's like, yo, like that exercise kind of clears my mind, refreshes my mind for all the work he's, like the day-to-day stuff that he has to do. But oh man, again, like in the podcast, he's just talking about how like they think in like 10 years and like all the little projects. Like one thing that he mentioned was how cool jiu-jitsu is because it humbles him or could humble you.
Mm.
Like, it doesn't matter how strong you are or how whatever. Somebody's going to have your number in jiu-jitsu. Someone's going to be better than you, and it's going to humble you no matter what you actually have in the real world or whatever. But he was like, trying like a new skill is something that people are really afraid of. Diving into something new, like him going to the jiu-jitsu thing. But that's what they do with Facebook and their companies. They're constantly trying new technology, new things, willing to fail, willing to spend a lot of energy on something. And if it's not good, all right, cool. We leave that, we go to the next thing. And I'm like, that's fine. That's what we're all supposed to be doing. Like treating this life. You're supposed to treat this thing like a game. If you can, where you're like, no, let me go try this other thing because I'm not good at it. And if I fail at it, it's like, all right, cool. Let me move on to the next thing. And he was like, all right, yeah, trying jiu-jitsu kind of helped him conceptualize that. Like,
Did you try jiu-jitsu?
Jiu-jitsu?
Mm.
Nah.
You never have or you wouldn't?
Never have.
You should. Just get into it.
Nah.
Groping
Why?
a man.
Sorry?
Start groping another man.
Is that the point of it? I thought it was about like winning. Like,
What's jiu-jitsu to you, Donnie? Because I'm not sure what you're referring to.
what is jiu-jitsu to you?
But
I've never heard anything about
I was trying
groping.
to flip it.
anything.
like,
I thought it was
did he
like,
just look at you and go, "Wait, you want to do some jiu-jitsu?"
I don't want to do jiu-jitsu.
And then he's like just stroking another man.
I don't want to do jiu-jitsu.
He's trying to get you in with
He's trying to get whatever class.
Agree to it first. Oh, you want to do jiu-jitsu? Yes, I do.
All right. I know a place.
I was hoping that you would.
I know a guy.
You would
They
say,
do it literally down the street.
Damn
like
straight.
right here.
Damn straight. Let's see what you can do.
I'm not doing that, man.
Man.
You do your thing.
Oh yeah, like Donnie gets to mount you first. And
Nah,
then,
nah, bro.
we have to
You won't see
post,
Donnie here next week, bro. Donnie, you're done.
we have to post some Brazilian jiu-jitsu tactics.
Not doing jiu-jitsu. Mark Zuckerberg, Elon, all those guys. This is for another podcast, but I've really been enjoying like reading into them and how they think and all that cool shit. Because they all think a certain way. Like, you said this other is like factual. It's like, hey, this is the data that I have. This is the data the world has. This is how I want to use this data and do this. And there's no like emotions with it. It's like, hey, we're building this because it's going to do this, statistically, no matter how you feel about it or how you don't feel about it. Kirron, let me just get you in some hot water.
Damn.
Is that not what coaching is? And
Well,
isn't that the balance? If some coaches were watching,
yeah.
how the heck do you balance facts, stats, and emotions. Your own, you don't have to speak for your
Yeah,
own
no,
and
it's tough. I
and
think-
people, because you have to manage 12 to 15 people.
And you're under pressure, and
And you have
the
the-
game's not going the way you want it to go. You know, and if it is going the way, you've got other reasons, other explanations, and people have their own their interpretation of situations, like all of your players, and then they've got pressure from their support crews.
Everyone has a different support crew.
Everyone has different support
Different,
crews
yeah,
telling different things,
telling
and
different-
then you've got your administration, and you've got your, you know, people in charge of their expectations, your boards. You've got, you know, you got all these people who have opinions. It's
The boards of the organizations. Right?
yeah, the organization, like they're investing money into it. Like it's pretty hard to manage, and I think
Is
that
there a difference between men and women, real quick?
no, it's the same.
Same thing?
It's the same.
Yep.
It's very like maybe it manifests in different ways, but
Yeah.
like it's the same. I think you never really know what's going on because there's so much stuff behind the scenes, and most people aren't comfortable actually having conversations and dialogue around whatever it is that's bothering them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like because they're also looking for certain answers, and in the end, like I mean, I think it's pretty simple. Like if you're like you've got to be, if you're not the best of the, like if you're not that good, if you're not the best of the best, like just beating people, then you're leaving it up to other people to make a judgment on your impact. And that's just that's a negotiation, that's an argument.
What
So-
about for those who come back with, I believe I'm the best?
Yeah, like, oh, I'm the best. And it's like, well, beat that person. Oh, you can't beat that person. Well, now.
No, just give me a couple more. I can. Just give me a couple more.
No, but that's right. But
chances.
if you can't beat them easily, that's what I'm saying, the best. You
Okay.
walk on the court and you can beat that person, so you create a disadvantage or an advantage for your own team simply by being on the floor, defensively, offensively, whatever it is. That's really obvious, right? And,
Okay.
you know, like,
So it's obvious. It's obvious as a coach who's doing what, like who's better. Like you can clearly see.
you can clearly
better.
see, like, and then
Better,
if somebody,
more valuable.
sometimes you're lucky enough to see certain players who are so good that they make other players better. They're not just good enough to be the best player in their situation. They're actually good enough to not only be the best player in their situation, but now defensively and offensively, they can make other players look better, where those players wouldn't look as good if they weren't on the floor. So they can, whether their passing is perfect,
Okay, I was gonna say how
they get blown by and they block a shot. They get a steal. They just read the play better. They're so good that they can make other players better. And now you're talking about guys who can win championships. So, you know, you talk about levels and it's like, well, if you're trying to get into it, you're not so far above the level that you're obviously should be on the court. Because there's guys there who are above the level, who are on the court, and then there's guys 2 or 3 levels above those guys who are not only above the level, they're so good they can make other players better by being on the court.
Who have you seen? Yeah, it might take a minute to think through, but you watch a lot of Australian, but you've been around a lot of basketball in Australia. Who have you seen that you don't have a personal relationship with, where you were like,
I think the
oh,
one,
that's better. He just
the first time I really saw it was William McDowell White. You know, like when I watched him play and I saw what he was doing, I'm like, this guy. You know what I mean? Like he was in no rush. He didn't care if he had 40 or 30 or 15.
chilling. It looks
He's-
late. I always wish I could do that. I hate watching that
Yeah,
shit.
like-
It's like he looks like he's doing nothing, but he's killing you.
And his team
Quietly.
and his teams are winning.
And his
right?
teams
So
are-
he was so good that and I just saw it, like there's nothing about it. He just give the ball to the right people. He's making good, and I call it making good basketball decisions.
Yeah.
Because he's relaxed, because he's able to actually just be in the moment, he's making the right basketball decision at the right moment where everyone else is scurrying around, and he's just relaxed and he's making the right decisions. And I think that when I saw that, I was like, he's not selfish, even though he's like obviously the best player. His teammates feel like they're part of the team because he keeps giving them the ball.
Yeah.
They get beat, he's blocking shots or he's rebounding misses. He's hitting the open layup. He's hitting shots if they need shots. So literally, he's able to come up with what's needed in order for him and his team to be successful at the right times. And that really, really stood out for me, because if you're that good and you make other people better, that should be what you should be striving to, because now you have an opportunity to go to the next level. And again, the next thing is what's his next journey? You know, like he just made the the Australian squad or the Australian team, the Boomers. Like, what's that? And then what's his growth? Because you see that and you appreciate it, and then you see what they're capable of and what they do, and you wonder, okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? And that's what's cool to watch, somebody like that who just keeps, I don't know, it'd be interesting to watch his journey and see how he keeps leveling up. But here's the first person I really saw do that effortlessly, and I was just like, man, that's what people should aspire to. You know, not just compete at that level, but be so good that you find the game comes to you that you can make other people better as well. So in Australia, he's the guy that I think I saw that.
Is it a minute? No,
Perfect.
That was fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I have nothing for that, because I've seen it. He does do that, and every team's been on. They look like they enjoy it. But you seeing his growth will be interesting, because the one thing I don't respect is the guys who are at that level and are cool with playing just the regular.
Yeah, they're not going to level up.
Yeah. Like, is he back? Is he playing? Does he play in the summer?
I'm not sure what he's doing.
I'm not sure what he's doing.
Because he's a guy, like, obviously you'd like to see, like, obviously the Boomer stuff, and then you'd like to see him, maybe dominate the NBA or go to Europe.
But I'm like, but he could just come back to Red City again.
Yeah, he could. But
that would be disappointing to me.
No,
personally.
but
and who gives a fuck what I think? But it'll be like, damn, yo, you should go. Figure that out?
Yeah, exactly. Like it would be cool to see someone like that figure that out. Like someone who you have seen perform at such a high level.
Yeah.
Is it possible for him to figure it out at a higher and higher and higher level? Like, whether that's EuroLeague, whether that's NBA, whether that's at the Olympic level. It'd be cool to see someone like that who, was a dominant junior basketball player and now is, dominant in the NBL, to keep leveling up and figuring it out. And that'd be cool to watch.
That'd be very cool. Surge's podcast. Shout out to all the old listeners, new listeners. It's all done. They can hear me anyway. Shout out to all listeners, new listeners, everyone searching for something new or something that they just don't know what they're searching for. We're on the search with you.
And something they don't know they're looking for.
Yeah, hey, as long as you keep searching, you'll find something.
You will.
You'll find something. So, hey, shout out to you guys. Tune in every week. Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Patreon. God bless you all. Patreon. God bless. Latest. Peace.
I will cancel you.